So, welcome everybody, welcome back to the channel. So, today I am joined with Jayne. So, if anybody's been following what I've been doing for a while now, you would have seen Jayne was actually on board a few months ago. She's come back, we're going again. So, Jayne, welcome back. Do you do a quick little intro for us?
Yeah, good to be back.
Good to have you back. So, yeah, like I said, me and Jayne, we were working together start of the year, maybe Feb to
Yeah,
April for,
yeah,
yeah, and August we started working together again. So, Jane's made a lot of progress since we started, so I thought it'd be a good idea to get her on a quick interview, pick her brains, and just talk through her journey and where she's come. So, Jayne, do you want to kick us off? Let's talk about a bit where you were before we ever sort of really got going again with the strategy. So, what would you say was the main frustration and challenge in your business at the time?
yeah. I think the up and down nature of it is like it felt a bit like feast or famine.
Right.
When I was busy, I was too busy to work on the marketing, and then when I wasn't busy enough, I didn't have the resources to spend on marketing. So it's kind of feast famine. It was never like a comfortable way of working. And the other part of the way that I work is I historically am a counselor, and then I created the Make or Break relationship program. And the reason I did that is I really wanted to focus in on one thing, because I felt like I was, like, I don't want to be rude about the thing, but I felt like I was scattered, like I was just
Yeah.
different things. I was, one minute I was working with someone with depression or anxiety, then it was relationships, then it was something, and I was just doing too many things. So I needed, first of all, I needed to stop the up and down, and I also needed to hone in on something that I felt passionate about and
Mm.
create something of real value. So that's where I was.
Yeah, that makes sense. So overall then, what was your just general feeling about like lead generation, sales, getting clients? What was that like from your perspective?
Non-existent. Non-existent. It's I've been doing this a long time, so probably about 4 to 15 years. And luckily I've got some really amazing clients. So I was getting lots of introductions and referrals, but like I said, in the summer months where people were on holiday, it was really difficult.
Mm,
Certain periods of the year difficult. But I was mainly just, I've got some adverts on some directories, like the coaching directory, the counseling directory, the hypnotherapy directory. So it was basically a wing and a prayer. It wasn't, there's no
yeah.
strategy behind it. It was just, it was nothing. There was no strategy.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then I guess as a byproduct of that, is that where you felt the feast and famine part was coming from?
100%, because I wasn't in control of any flow. It was just whether someone happened to Google the right words, or live in my area or whatever. And then, yeah, there was no strategy.
Yeah. So what else had you tried in the past? Obviously, you just mentioned you'd been doing like the directories, you had sort of word of mouth, obviously, because you're very good at what you do, you had the referrals as well. Had you tried any other strategies, so to speak, or ways of doing things?
Well, I'm going to fess up here and tell you that I have been on two um, big kind of marketing programs. So one of them was Clients in Abundance, which was a bit like I can't remember how many months it was, but the intention of that was to take you through the whole sales process. There's another one called SWIC, Sell What You Know, and these are all they're all people I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to be rude about them, but it didn't work because
Mm,
it was people who had a series of coaches in place in different phases of the sales process. But I always felt like I needed more hand holding and it was never there. I needed
yeah,
specific individual feedback and that was never really there. It was really, I kept feeling like I kept falling down the cracks.
yeah.
So I'd spent a lot of money trying to get this right, and a lot of years actually, and just never really worked.
Mm. Yeah, I hear it's quite a common thing I hear, and I think there is a lot of people out there doing what I'm doing. So I think as well for anyone watching, it's maybe refreshing for them to hear that there are other people who have walked in their shoes, spent that money, and not got that result as well. So then from your perspective, obviously we worked at the start of the year, then obviously we started again August. What were you hoping to achieve when we kicked it off again? What was your intention? What was your mindset? What did you want to change? How were you feeling in that moment?
I think when we first started, I, I just wasn't. I don't know what was going on with me. Maybe I wasn't completely trusting, or I know I didn't have a lot of time at that time. I don't know what it was. I think it's something holding me back. And then like you're so good and so consistent, and you chunked everything down. And so it made it easier to see that it could be different this time.
Yeah,
What was I hoping for? Like I think what I said was I was always playing around with what exactly I was trying to do. I had this make or break thing. I couldn't quite figure it out myself. I couldn't quite understand. And then like talking to you, you know, help me understand, like you actually framed it in a way for me that made sense. I know it sounds really stupid because I should know what my own program is, but I felt like it wasn't quite aligned. It was a bit scattered.
yeah,
So there was something about actually nailing it down so that you could almost have a little elevator pitch and say, this is who I am, this is what I do, and just making it simple. It's almost like deconstructing it all and making it simpler and getting away the fluff so I could actually see my own way forward.
yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense, and I guess that sort of leads me on to my next question then, because obviously it's November now. We started in August. We had a bit of a period at the start where we were sort of just laying the foundations, and we were like getting the advert built out. We were sort of deciding on your messaging, doing a little bit on content, working on the sales as well to make sure you could convert your calls. And obviously we had that point where you were unsure as to whether you could continue just because of your situation and your time and things like that. And I mean, it'd be good for you to share what's the results you've had, because for me, I think the turnaround's been fantastic, and obviously it's very rewarding to be able to help someone and help them to turn it all around. So
I'm giggling because I know you know what I'm thinking.
yeah. So well, I'll leave the floor to you. Do you want to share with us the results and what's happened?
Well, I'll show you the funny bit first. There was a moment, I can't actually even remember when it was. It was somewhere between August and now, obviously. But we'd been doing stuff, and like Alexi says, like getting the foundations in. I'm a nightmare with I'm a nightmare with Instagram. I'm terrible. I hate recording myself. I'm sure I'm not alone in that. But it was like, first of all, it was actually making myself do the recording. And I can't tell you the number of times where I forgot to press the record button. So I'm thinking, well, that was great. Nothing there. Or I'd have like a shot of me, just like a photo, not a video. And I was like, oh my God, it was so stressful. So I had to jump over some hurdles. I had to like really get over it. Alexi was really good at actually um, helping me create a structure. I did some of the writing because obviously I know my content stuff, but to Alexi put it in a frame for me that was really, really easy. So we've been going through all this, and we've been getting these. He's been honestly dragging me kicking and screaming to try get these bloody reels out. And then we did some sales training on the script of how to convert the calls, which makes so much sense. It's really not salesy. It's really authentic, and it's brilliant. And so we were doing all this. The foundations were being laid, but it wasn't. I don't know what it was. It was definitely a me thing. But I remember, and summer months are really, really quiet for me. So this is how the conversation went with Alexi. Alexi, I love you. You're so brilliant, but I can't afford to work anymore. Got no money. And he's like, listen, we've got another couple of weeks. It's all right. Let's just nail it. Let's just get this done. So we put stuff out, and I'm like, okay, because I had no clients because it was summer. I did have clients, but I didn't have enough. And so we ran the stuff as we'd been doing, and I don't know, something just changed. I think the universe aligned. I suddenly got my finger out and started paying attention and like showing up for myself and actually doing what I was told for once in my life. And my normal month would have been, let's say, an average of about £5,000 I would have made roughly a month. And last month I made 17,435.
Wow, that is amazing.
So it's like
Uh,
points.
yeah, that's amazing. I think as well for me, like it's so nice to hear you say that because like you trusted the process, you put the work in, you really took some time to really get good at the sales side of it and make do it in a style that's authentic to you, and like you've reaped the rewards, and like it's nice to. Well, I think for me it was nice because we you went from saying like I can't afford to do this anymore to oh okay, I've made this much. I was like sorry. I remember when you sent me the WhatsApp message, I was like what? I was like so where's that come from? But it's amazing, and like it's good to just see like when you just put in the work, you stick to it, just learn the fundamental little bits that you need to. What's been able to happen. So how was that? Well, how do you feel after that? What's that been the impact on you after that change?
I just feel, first of all, I was thinking, I don't know if you know that metaphor. It's a metaphor called 3 feet from gold, where I can't remember the whole parable, but it's basically somebody had some land and they had some machinery and they got fed up trying to dig, and they sent they practically gave the land and the machinery away, and the next person that started the machine up was 3 feet away from gold. And that's how I feel. Like I was like, I can't afford this, and getting all stressed and worried about everything. And I thought, you know what, just like you say, trust the process. So
Yeah,
what was it like for me? It was, I mean, it was just a real affirmation that if you just do what you're bloody told, it's going to work. Um, just do it, just keep doing it. And not blindly, but like you're a really great teacher. I mean, you're really great when you break down the sales calls. I've learned so much from you, even though I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds before. Just never got this. So it's, I think, what has it meant for me? It's restored my faith in marketing does work if you've got the right person,
yeah,
like an authentic person who cares, which I really felt from you from day one. Um, and it's just in terms of the income, it's been it's been amazing to know that that's possible. Like it's the first time I've ever had made that much money, like ever. It's so lovely to like know that it's there, and actually in a really authentic way. I mean,
yeah,
people that I feel like it's priced well. I feel like it's almost a little bit more towards the client side, if I'm honest.
mhm.
But that's okay because that can be adjusted as we go through. So I feel authentic in this. I feel like I know that I'm giving good value. I've had some amazing breakthroughs with the people I've been working with. And it gets easier because it gets more familiar.
Yeah, yeah. No, and I think that's important what you said there about like the authenticity part because like there's nothing worse than you sign up to someone and it's just all like a front and it's all salesy and it's over the top and it's not natural. And I think, yeah, like you say, what's nice about the way you're doing it is, yeah, you've had an amazing month, but what you're delivering to your clients and how you're being, you're still turning up as your authentic self. You're being Jayne at the end of the day, and the clients are still getting amazing value. And it's just the fact that we've just put this system in and it's allowed you to get that result. And I think as well, hats off to you as well, because you were very dedicated to sit there and learn the sales. And that's obviously the most important part at the end of the day. If you can't convert the calls, there's no client. So as well, like hats off to you for taking the time to make it work as well. Because at the end of the day, like takes two to tango, right? And you need to want to work it to you need to want to make it work, if that makes sense. And you did. So I think that's it's a lesson for anybody as well watching is like if you put the effort in, if you put the time and if you want it to work, and if you allow it to work, it will work. So I think that's really nice. So over, I know I asked you this question last time, but guess it'd be nice to get it now from another perspective because we're in a different situation. What's been your favorite part about working together so far and the whole experience?
There's just so many things. Like there's just so many things. I enjoy our conversations. I think you're an amazing person. You're just so genuine. You clearly know your stuff. You're just so patient and you're funny. Like you never make it a pain. Like even when you're critiquing my calls and stuff like that, like you're really kind. Like you give me really good pointers. But what was it you said to me earlier? I can't remember. And I was like, oh yeah, you like the way that you highlight things, you see things that I kind of know, but I'm having a little giggle inside because I hope I've got away with it. And you,
Oh, is it about
do I really want to
the
work with this person?
yeah, that was it.
Because he like Alexi was looking, he's like, I'm pretty sure you don't really want to work with this person.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if that's true, but what it was, I think, was I was feeling a bit. To be honest with you, there is a bit in my diary where, because I've gone from like a level to here, my diary has become quite busy. So when Alexi asked me that question, I was like, I think it's probably because I'm feeling a bit scared that I don't have enough space in my diary. So what have I enjoyed? Like the authenticity, the care, the like calling me out in a really kind and gentle way, in a way that like I can laugh at myself, and let's see, what I'm thinking. It's so funny. I can see that on your face, and it's like, he's found me out. He's found me out. But in a really kind of loving way, like a way that is really like, again, this word authentic, in a way that I'm going to grow from it, in a way that means that I'm going to improve and just be true to myself. Like I'm not going to get away with anything, so I've just stopped trying. And I know I'm not very good at structure and systems, but I'm so much better now. And you said something earlier, just like repetition is the mother of skill, and it really is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I really appreciate
Mm.
those kind words. So yeah, I mean, look, it's been amazing to work together, and now the next well challenge, so to speak, and the next hurdle time to overcome is we've gone from nothing to too many calls. So now the next thing we'll be working on is obviously adjusting that and maybe adjusting the ads and things like that to make it more manageable and more suitable for what you want. So yeah, it's been amazing working together. So I guess lastly, well, two last questions. Who would you recommend us to and why? Well, I guess you've answered the why, but who would you recommend us
Who
to?
would I recommend you to? I mean, I would recommend you to anyone that's lost their faith in marketing. Like, I feel like just trust what you're doing because it clearly works. And I think as well, like you're really good at working with coaches, because I think you understand that we really care about people. So
Yeah.
you don't do anything in a really salesy way. You do everything with, like, you care about the coaches that you work with. I can hear that you do. And I know you care that we give the best to our clients, because that's what you do. So there's this
Mm,
whole thing. So who would I recommend you to? I mean, any coach that is struggling to get clients in on a regular basis, anyone that is um, like has tried it and hasn't worked for them before.
yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, that's and again, like you said, that's I think that's an important point is obviously I want the people I work with to care, I want you to care, and I think just
Mm,
that cycle of just giving back and caring just
yeah.
makes it better for everyone. So I guess lastly, is there anything else you think I've missed? Anything else you want to add, or do you feel like we've covered all bases here?
I think, have we covered all bases? I feel like I'm still on, like, I'm loving the journey. Like, although I've had a really massive win this month, like, it's been amazing to like see the numbers in the bank account. It just gives you just such kind of sense of relief. It's just so horrible having, like, this phrase I used earlier, this famine feast, feast famine. It's just horrible. So
Yeah.
it's given me like faith that the process works. There's no reason why it shouldn't continue. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we all deserve a steady stream of clients who fit our program, and vice versa. We fit with what the client wants. It's a really authentic fit. And there doesn't
Mm.
seem to be any particular reason why it should have been so hard all these years. Kind of, if only I'd known and just like found you earlier. Because I do think there are other people doing this, but I do think you're like a very special person. I think I've worked with so many other people in the past and just never had the results. I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I have kissed a lot of frogs.
Cool. Well, Jay, genuinely thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate everything that you've shared there and for you taking the time to speak with me. And I'm excited to carry on working together. Like you said there, I think we've only just really touched the surface and we're just getting started. And it's nice for me as well to be able to like show you like what's possible and what's out there. Like you say, you've been doing it all these years. I can very clearly see you're very good at what you do. So it's nice also to give you the recognition for that you deserve as well. So Jayne, thank you for taking some time to speak with me today. And for anybody else watching, if you want to learn more about the strategy that me and Jayne are referring to here, and you want to know a bit more about the ins and outs of that, I'll link a video below that just takes you through that back to front. But again, Jayne, thanks for taking the time today, and we will maybe hopefully do another interview again soon.
Thank you.
Cheers.